Hi, my name is Shelly Karen, and I'm one of the facilitators in the Journey Training. One of the things that I find myself talking with people a lot about is your power of choice. Talking about choice. I want to take a few minutes, talk to you about it for just a minute. I want to start with a story that came up as a perfect example this past weekend. It was on Saturday, and I was moving really fast, getting a lot accomplished. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm kind of an accomplishment junkie. So even if it's small little house tasks, if it's something like that, if I am able to get a whole bunch done, and even extra stuff that's not on my list, I'm super energized and I feel like, and then I can go relax and I can go rest and I can really go into that fun space because I feel this whole huge sense of accomplishment. Well, Saturday morning, I was getting tons done, getting all of my stuff done, plus more from my list getting done. All on the way to my 12 o'clock meeting. 12 o'clock, boom, I land at my meeting. I've been going like a tornado all morning long, getting stuff done. And I sit there and suddenly realize I am starving. Like all of a sudden it hit me that I'm kind of nauseous. Here I am at my meeting. I need to be engaged. I need to be taking notes. I need to be interactive, asking questions, and really absorb this information. And I'm fighting nausea. I kind of jokingly turned to the person next to me and said, "When do the snacks get here?" And they kind of laughed and passed me a metal basket of chocolate candy bars and Skittles. That's all there was. There were no snacks at this meeting. So I found myself saying to myself, well, I have no choice. I've got to eat the chocolate. How many times have you found yourself going, I have no choice. I must eat the chocolate? I kind of like that rationalization. Not really. Listen, here's a secret. I made that choice to eat that chocolate 3 hours before 12 o'clock. How, you say? Compounding choices. That morning, I decided that the excitement and the thrill and the squeaky wheel that was the sense of accomplishment, I decided and made the choice to pay attention to that instead of really thinking through what's going to set me up best for success, to meet my health goals, to do what I know that I'd already committed to myself to do. I did not commit to myself to eat chocolate for lunch. I guarantee you that. And I really was lying to myself when I said I had no choice but to eat the chocolate. That was a nice rationalization, but it really wasn't the truth. It didn't set me up for success. What we call in the Journey Training, that momentary thought that went through my head before I caught myself was I was going victim to the chocolate. I have no choice. I've got to eat the chocolate because I can't be nauseous and I've got to be engaged in this meeting. I must act. Well, in the Journey Training, what we do is we silly little unseemingly, exercises that we go through cause us to pause and think, how does this show up in other areas of your life? So if I took that example of myself, I would go, okay, obviously I'm paying more attention to getting stuff done again in my life than making sure that I'm taking care of my health. It's something I've really had to work hard on in the last 10 years. Really be intentional about and do on purpose. And so I go through, if you're like me, I go through ups and downs, and it's time, that was a gut check, it's time to go back and make sure that the principles I put in place, that I haven't strayed away from those. So just to finish the story, one of the things I kind of observed after the moments I decided I'm not going victim to the chocolate, I'm not going to blame the situation on me eating chocolate for lunch. It's not about saving that moment. It's more about how do I like that situation and how would I not like to get myself in that situation. It really is in my power to make good choices. So what I chose to do is say, okay, What I know I've implemented before and I need to do is I need to make sure that I have healthy snacks on hand so that when I make those kinds of choices, I can grab an apple on the way out the door. Or maybe I've always got nuts. In the little console of my car, I always keep nuts, some sort of nuts, because it's a quick protein, sustained energy. It's not a fast, fleeting energy like sugar is, and a lot more healthy. So it's little things like that. And, even more so in that, I kind of took back and said, okay, I did not do my grocery shopping that week. And so I did not set myself up for success on my grocery shopping. I was on the fly, a lot of days, which led me into the end of that weekend being on the fly like that. So really, it wasn't about my choice in the moment. It was really about what I call compounding choices. It was about the choice that I made 3 hours before I faced my chocolate dilemma. In the journey training, we kind of talk through some of these things. And, the journey training are these 3 training weekends that we pause life. We turn our phones off. We go stay at a hotel for an entire weekend. And we say, you know what? I need to take time out to be intentional, to self-reflect, and go through some exercises. And you see, oh my gosh, I love how I showed up there. And say, why did I show up like that? Kind of reflect, look at it, and how can you duplicate how you showed up in other areas of your life to be successful? I know that I am driven by accomplishment, something I learned about myself. So how can I set myself up? If I know I'm motivated by that, how can I set myself up in different areas to make it like accomplishment driven to achieve the goals that I really want to do? Other people are motivated by creativity, or they're motivated by people and interaction with people. At the journey training, you learn more about yourself. But you can't learn about yourself unless you slow down. In this microwave drive-through instant message world, too often we just don't take time out to stop, collaborate, and listen. Okay, no, sorry. I just did an 80s flashback. But anyway, we need to kind of stop, think it through. That's what we do in the journey training. Go to www.thejourneytraining.com. You can read other people's testimonies of what they got out of the journey training. There's also, if you'll go to the top bar there, you can look for the mini journey training. It's completely free. And you get some other tips like this, so you can kind of try it out for a little bit and get some of the tips, or just plunge right in the deep. Come to one of the training weekends. We've got our very next one called Threshold, and where we take a deeper dive about choice, trust, and self-awareness. Powerful, powerful weekend. It was the first training that I ever went to in 2014. And I still talk about this one exercise that we did that so impacted my life. And it shows up in so many different areas of my life. And I have wisdom now on how I tick and why I do what I do. And I'm able to kind of think ahead and set myself up for success. And it has met me in business to be able to make me more successful. Check it out, www.thejourneytraining.com. I hope to see you at the next training called Threshold, and it's March 1 through 3.